Hello everyone, this is umonox and today I have a little announcement for you. I got rid of the MPC Live and I now have a teenage engineering OP-1 instead. Yeah, and because this video would be damn short, if telling you this would be it already, I also want to tell you how this all happened. However, if you don't care, if this is not interesting for you, well, all I want to tell you is I don't have the MPC Live anymore, but I now have the OP-1 and you can expect videos with me jamming on this thing, creating music with it, and also creating samples and sound set in the future. Okay, that's it. I see you in the next video. Bye. Yeah, okay, but if you care, if you are interested in how this all happened, here's the story for you. Well, after I was doing the question and answer videos about MIDI with the Digitakt for you guys, and after I did the videos about controlling the Digitakt with the MPC Live, I was sitting there and I was thinking about what to do next. I had a lazy day, so to say, not doing that much, just watching some videos on YouTube, enjoying some good OP-1 videos again, and yeah, just relaxing. In fact, I was watching quite a lot of videos with the OP-1 in the past already, and I was always impressed by the stuff that people came up with. Especially Jeremy Blake, aka Red Means Recording, really got my attention because this guy is doing some absolutely awesome stuff with the OP-1, you know. And he's really successful with his videos too. I put a link to his channel into the video description, just in case you haven't heard of him yet. Really worth checking out his videos, people, really. Anyway, I was sitting there, still thinking about what to do next, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, I opened up my browser, entered OP-1 into the search field, and had a look at the shopping results. Oh, it was literally out of stock everywhere. I heard people complain about this over at Electronauts already, but then I suddenly found it available at Gear for Music. They had a couple of units in stock. And before I even realized what happened, I already added it to the shopping cart and was sitting at the checkout screen, ready to enter my PayPal credentials. Ooh! Yeah, and while I started entering my credentials and was finally presented with the Pay Now screen at PayPal, I realized, shit, you don't have the money for this thing. And you will never have it unless you send something back. And the only thing I was able to send back, because I was still in the 30 days return period from my local dealer, yeah, this was the MPC Live. So I thought, oh, come on, let's do it. I have a couple of days left with the MPC, so I could easily decide to send it back if I'm so convinced by the OP-1. And if I'm not, I can send the OP-1 back and nothing changes. So I did it. Knowing that the moment PayPal tries to debit the money from my bank account, they won't be successful because there's not enough money on this account and PayPal's debit would be declined. Yeah, that's another way of ordering on invoice, you know. Probably not for everyone, but anyway. The OP-1 was ordered now, and half an hour later, a voice in my head said to me, "You are an idiot. You bought this thing without having the money for it and without knowing if you really need it?" Yeah, but that voice was getting quieter and quieter as I turned on the MPC later and wanted to start something on it. Because just after I placed the order for the OP-1, I knew what I have to do next. And this was finally doing a proper live jam, a proper track with the MPC Live. So far, I just did some tutorials for you guys, but it really was about time doing music with it. So I turned it on, browsed for some samples, yeah, did not found anything good, and yeah. The default content that comes with the MPC Live is really crap. It's not just tailored specifically towards modern and boring music genres, it's also heavily overproduced, so it doesn't mix very well. And I'm a lazy guy, you know. I don't want to go to my computer first, creating a collection of samples that I think I could use on this machine. I want to start right away, doing stuff with the stuff that's already there. I'm used to this, because on the Electron machines I can also work like this. I have amazing sound design capabilities on them, so almost everything can be created from what's there already. Not so on the MPC Live, as I had to painfully learn. So yeah, I was sitting there and was trying to get something done. I knew that I wanted something with a bit of sidechain, but next problem came up. There is no way to sidechain on that MPC Live yet. So the search continued. I was looking for ways to replicate a sidechain effect and, well, yeah, I fiddled around. Hours passed by and at the end of the day, I had nothing. But at least I now knew how to fake sidechaining on the MPC Live, and so I decided to create a video about that for you, so that you don't have to go through this painful process of finding out how it works, you know. Days passed while I did the video, and in the meantime I got the delivery notification from DPD. My parcel with the OP-1 inside would arrive on Thursday 22. Cool! My video was almost finished, and I was able to upload it on Thursday 22 in the early morning. It was around 3 o'clock to be more precise. Yeah, and I was tired like hell. So I went to bed, slept a couple of hours, and went back up at around 10 o'clock forenoon. Yeah, I turned my computer on to check out your comments on the video I just uploaded, and suddenly, bam! My computer turned itself off for no reason. My clock was going off. Actually, everything was going off in my apartment, and I realized, damn, we have a blackout. Shit. Yeah, I instantly called my lesser from my cell phone and told him about it, and he just said, yeah man, that's right. The local energy supplier is doing work on the power distributor of the house today, and electricity will be available not before 6 o'clock in the evening. But this was announced before. Haven't you got any notification? Guys, I was so pissed off. Of course I did not get any notification, and I wasn't alone. Other people came out of their apartments. I met them on the floor and they asked me, do you know why electricity is gone? Yeah, bad shit, guys, really bad shit. Especially because it was the day where the OP-1 was scheduled for delivery. And now I feared that I won't take notice of DPD once they arrive. No electricity, no doorbell, you know. So I quickly wrote a handwritten note, pasted it on the entrance door, telling the DPD they should come up to the 3rd floor and should knock on my apartment door because we have no electricity today. Yeah, in the meantime it was 11 o'clock, almost noon, and I was sitting there taking a second breakfast and asked myself, shit, what should I do? This is the moment where you realize how dependent we are on electricity. Yeah. Nothing was working. I had no internet, my computer wasn't working, I couldn't even make myself a coffee. I then tried to power on my laptop so that I could at least play some chess and kill some time, but that was also not working because I haven't used it in a while, and the battery was empty. Fortunately though, I just charged the battery of the MPC live the day before, so I grabbed it and said, okay, now's your chance. You can't do anything else anyway, so you can as well try to get something done with this thing now, before the OP-1 arrives. So I started, loaded samples, threw them away again, loaded some more, tried to edit them so that they were at least a little bit usable, worked on some melodic things. I've used the pad perform mode here, but the chord progressions were also somewhat lame. So I tried by hand and found some chords that were working, and after 3 hours, I finally had a basic pattern together with some drums, some bass, some melodies. Just imagine, guys, 3 hours just for a simple pattern to start building a track with. Yeah. And suddenly it knocked on my door. And I was like, yay, the OP-1 is here. I grabbed the parcel, opened it, and there it was. Shiny little thing. It's really tiny. You don't see this on the videos. I hope that it also has some battery left because electricity was still not back. And fortunately it had. Now the fun really started. I tried out the various different synth engines, listened to the drums, and it was also great. It sounded great to my ears. It was also great fun jamming around, you know. Now I went on the tape and started recording my first loops, and bam, I had something. Drums, bass, melody, and guess what? It took an hour to have it. And that was just because I never had an OP-1 in my hands before. Today I have such basic loops done in 5 minutes. And it's also fun because you come up with new ideas in seconds, and the OP-1 really inspires you to do more. To work on these sounds, to try out the cow and have some fun. Yeah, trying out those different sequences as well, and really focusing on playing your melodies in time. And the thing is, you really want to do this. I did not expect it to be so blown away by that, you know. For me, on the MPC, it was always like, nah, I don't want to do this now, because if I want to do this, I first have to do this and this. Yeah, not so on the OP-1. On the OP-1, it's like, yeah, I do this. I want to do this. It might take hours to work on that single sound, but I just want to do it. Because it's fun, and I know that I will come up with something. It will sound great, even if I don't need it just yet. So much sweet spots in those engines. Yeah. So after around about 2 more hours, this time with the OP-1 instead of the MPC, my decision was felt. I returned the MPC. As I said earlier, I watched a lot of videos with the OP-1 in the past already. This might have helped getting started as it finally arrived. But it's always a difference if you just see something or if you do it by yourself, if you have it in your hands, you know. I've also watched a lot of videos about the MPC Live first. They convinced me as well. But finally, it turned out that it simply wasn't for me. And it was the OP-1 which convinced me by this in the end. I had 30 days with the MPC Live and never got a proper track or live jam done with it. My tutorials, frankly, were created just because I was searching for ways to get my workflow adapted to this machine. Somehow, at least. With the OP-1 it was all so different. I did not have this issue, I was not even thinking about this. I was not thinking about how I can do this or this, I was just doing it, you know. And it took just an hour to have something in the box that also sounded great. Its design is so damn clever and its synth engines sound so great even if you don't have any clue what you are doing. The OP-1 is still rewarding you just for doing something, you know. The MPC Live doesn't. It just leaves you sitting in a barren place. Yeah, and the next day I turned the OP-1 back on and further worked on what I had from the day before, and in the end I came up with a very first live jam on this thing, after one single day. Now my patrons over at Patreon heard this track on Friday last week already, and now I want to share it with all of you guys. Now I don't have a video at hand because I wasn't at home the day after it arrived, but anyway, this is what I got with the OP-1 after one single day, and I never had one in my hands before. Yeah. Now I know that this isn't particularly spectacular or so, and it's also completely unpolished, but this is not the point here. It's about the fact that I got it done on the OP-1 after I had it for just one day. And on the MPC Live, I did not got anything close to that, even after having it for almost 3 days, you know. So my decision to return the MPC and keep the OP-1 was a very easy and comfortable decision. So yeah, it's gone now. The MPC is gone. I returned it on Saturday last week already because things had to go fast. I somehow have to pay the OP-1 now. It arrived on Monday, but the dealer I bought the MPC from is just a very small one-man show dealer, so to say. So I still don't have my money back, and PayPal is already asking. But I keep holding on. All will be good. All will go well, I'm sure. Yeah, guys, so that's the story. You see, that's how things can go. I did not know that I could really need the OP-1 until I finally had it in my hands. What an amazing machine. Now I also understand why people want this thing so badly, but often just don't get it because it is so damn expensive. They are unsure, and so was I. Only a crazy idea, with the good feeling behind it that I have a choice. Yeah, only this crazy idea finally led me to this thing. And it was probably the best idea I had for years, really. Now, do I miss my Octa track? Those of you who don't know it already, I had to sell it, along with the System 1, to fund that MPC live several weeks ago. Yeah, do I miss it? I slowly did. That was after I noticed how complicated and unintuitive everything on that MPC was. But I said to myself, well, that's just me. You will get used to the workflow, you will see, all will be good. And it was. But not because of the MPC, but because of the OP-1. My best decision ever, really. Yeah, I'm still excited about it, guys. I think you noticed this already. But I really have to recommend everyone to give it a try if you somehow can. Somehow it is really so damn amazing, and maybe it will be for you like it was for me. You have it in your hands and you realize that you always wanted it. Yeah, anyway, this is it. There will be videos coming with the OP-1, that's for sure. I will also create samples on this thing, I will create sounds, I will sample it into the Digitakt, and so on and so forth. I have quite a few ideas, but I first want to take my time and get a bit more practiced. Especially in terms of playing in time, because I still have a few issues with that. Yeah, anyway, I hope you liked this video, and if this was the case, don't forget to leave me that like. And yeah, for now, I wish you all the best, my friends, and I see you soon in my next videos. Bye.